Hi, and welcome to the Keto Pregnancy and Breastfeeding Support channel. I am so excited to talk to you about my best keto tips for morning sickness today. This is probably going to be one of my favorite videos because it was such a struggle for me during my pregnancy and I had no help. So I'm so excited to share with you what I had to learn from trial and error and grueling misery so that hopefully you have it a lot easier in your pregnancy and could learn from my effort. So let's dive right in and get started. Here is what we're going to talk about today. I want to go over some low carb meal ideas for you when you're feeling nauseous, some keto-friendly belly tamers that will help settle that without breaking ketosis, and some of the most helpful supplements that I found during that morning sickness time that are keto-friendly, of course. My name is Holly Garcia. As I mentioned before, I had a successful keto pregnancy and had a beautiful baby at the end of it. I continued my keto diet through breastfeeding. I've been keto and breastfeeding for over a year now. Altogether, I've been on the keto diet for about 3.5 years. And so these were my two little ones before my third keto pregnancy. And I help mamas to manage their family's wellness at home. I've been doing that since 2013, and for the past over a year, I've been the admin of a Facebook support group that helps over 17,000 moms we have on that page, and we help them navigate their keto pregnancy or their keto breastfeeding journey. So I have gathered information, not just what I learned through trial and error, but from the moms on that group who have been successful with their keto diet during their pregnancy. I compiled all their tips as well. So I'm going to share both mine and theirs with you. Why stay keto? So usually I don't try and convince people to stick to keto diet. I don't try and convince them why it's the best or why you should do it. I'm just about helping people that want to do it be able to or have the know-how. However, I do encourage moms at the beginning of their pregnancy, if they've already been keto or if they did the keto diet in order to conceive, I really encourage them to stick to it, especially during that first trimester, just for the health of their pregnancy. We know that balancing blood glucose and managing inflammation is really important to the health of an early pregnancy. And for that reason, that's one of the main reasons I'm so passionate about this topic today, because I really want you to be able to be confident that you can do it, that you can figure it out, that there are ways and it is possible, and lots of moms have been able to do it. Even though there's not a lot of information. Even today, I don't think you're going to find this information anywhere else. There's not a lot. There's not one other person I know that will tell you that they have done keto and that they stuck to it during their pregnancy, and will give you the tips of how to do that. I don't know of anywhere else where it is. So I'm really happy that we have it here. So here are the low carb meal ideas. You might have gotten pregnant and a few weeks later you're like, ugh, none of the foods that I've been eating that I love, that are my keto go-tos, sound good anymore. So here's some other ideas of what to try that worked for me or for the other moms. Comfort foods. Keto spaghetti, I would just brown up some meat and use marinara sauce, maybe add some cheese to it, and that was really helpful to me. I could get that down. It was comforting, it was easy to digest, it was just more palatable than my normal foods that I was eating. Keto pancakes, a lot of women use, or potatoes, so like a cauliflower mashed potato. They can eat meat if they had it with some cauliflower mashed potato. So you still want to try and focus on meat and get your meat in, because the protein is so important for building a baby. But we also know that eating protein helps with the nausea, helps minimize the nausea and the morning sickness. So comfort foods, there's keto books. Keto Comfort Foods is a great cookbook that has lots of comfort food ideas that might be more palatable. This is the time to use those. Or keto copycat foods. So keto breads, buns, crackers, keto treats. A lot of times I keep my diet simple and I don't make a lot of those. They're time consuming to make and they go quickly, and I tend to overeat them anyways. But oh, I was so happy to know how to make some 90-second English muffins, because they were just easier. Carby like foods were just easier to eat when I was feeling icky. Soups and broths. Oh, these were great. I could eat meat if it was in a soup, really well cooked with well cooked vegetables. It was just easier to get down. No problem. Could do it that way. Protein shakes. A lot of times women will tend to overeat if they have protein shakes. Not something you have to worry about during pregnancy. So utilize something like an egg white powder or an egg based protein powder. I tried to keep things dairy free because that helped my belly as well. So I would use like coconut milk or coconut cream, canned coconut milk, or almond milk in my protein shakes, and a lot of ice. Cold helped. That's the bottom. The last tip was something cold. So the shakes, but even a cold soup was helpful. Cold meats, even meats that you might not usually eat cold, they were something about pregnancy makes it easier to eat cold things and salty things. So salty nuts, salty meats, extra salt helps. It helps it get down and it helps settle the stomach. Next, here are our low carb belly tamers. So peppermint, citrus, or ginger are great for settling the stomach and can definitely be keto friendly. You can use the lemon rind, peppermint leaves in your water, fresh ginger, usually in ice cold water helps. I use an essential oil that's safe for consumption and safe for pregnancy. It's labeled as safe. That just made it easy for me. So if I couldn't eat something, I just literally the fork would not go in my mouth. I just couldn't do it. Every muscle in my body was like, don't eat. This is not good. I could have an ice cold water with some lime and ginger or some peppermint in it, and it would settle my stomach enough that then I could eat. I could actually take a few bites of the food. So that's amazing. Pickles did the same thing for me. If I had dill pickle spears, they had to be very cold. They had to be the spears. I don't know why that makes a difference, but I could eat a couple pickle spears, and then I was able to eat my lunch and get in the protein that I needed. So it settled my stomach enough to be able to do that. A lot of women on our group talk about leaving nuts on their bedside table so that before they wake up in the morning, they grab a handful of almonds and they eat it, and that helps settle their belly before they get up. Cashews work the same. I always recommend salted nuts because it helps. And fat bombs. I would make a fat tea latte in the morning. So an herbal tea that I mixed with cocoa butter, and I would whip that up, and that would just coat my belly and help ease those icky feelings, especially when mornings were busy or I was running late and I couldn't eat breakfast right away. It helped settle it until I was able to eat. And here are some helpful keto supplements. So electrolytes. We say it so much on our Facebook group. You'll see it so much on the blog and my posts. Because electrolytes are so helpful to these moms when you're pregnant and breastfeeding. When you're keto anyways, your needs are higher, but pregnancy and breastfeeding, you have more blood going on, you have more fluids happening, you need more electrolytes. Because of the food aversions and the morning sickness that I had, I really wasn't getting the same amount of potassium from my diet that I had been getting before. So my needs increased and my intake decreased. So I started supplementing and it made a huge difference. So I'll post the link below to my electrolytes so you can see how I take them and how I was able to safely increase my supplementation of potassium and the magnesium that I take and how much salt and how I measure that all out so that it really balances out, and my energy got so much better. My swelling was less when I would have my electrolytes balanced. It was huge. Supplement B6 really helps with morning sickness. It's often recommended. And a lot of the foods that you get B6 for are totally keto friendly. So it's high in meats and poultry, avocados, pistachios and sunflower seeds are high in B6. Ginger is great for settling the stomach, like we talked about before. You can take a ginger supplement if you don't like taking it, fresh ginger or ginger in your water. And then getting gut support is really helpful. So digestive enzymes can help you digest the food, break down the food so that it's more easily digestible so that you don't have the issues. And a probiotic will do the same thing. Plus, we pass on our enzymes and our good gut flora to our babies in utero and when they're breastfeeding. So it's a great time to supplement those. So those are my tips for morning sickness. I hope that you find them helpful. I hope that you're encouraged to stick to your keto diet and that you'll be able to figure it out with those tips. If you feel like you need more solutions or you have other pregnancy channels, you'll want to subscribe to this channel so that challenges. If you have other pregnancy challenges, subscribe to this channel so you get our videos when we have new topics come up. I'll post some links for some other pregnancy challenges below, or you can follow us on social media. Either join our Facebook group for support or follow me on Instagram. And then we do a webinar as well. I'll put the link below for the upcoming events that we have to help you. We go over your personal struggles that you're having with your keto pregnancy or your keto breastfeeding journey, or whatever information you're wanting more of. And then we cover that with the products that we use, the tips from the moms that we've gotten in our group, and how you can be successful, and share that with you. Thanks so much for joining us today, and we'll see you in the other videos.